see, realistically, do you see any area for retention that might help the property as that other property is developed?
In the front, that's in the front of our home. You know, so I don't think that's the case, because basically that's what our front yard is the retention pond. You know, and so, and in the back of the property, it's a floodplain, so there's a wetland back there, and so I suppose that's a retention pond, so it's true.
So as that gets developed, perhaps there might be a recommendation that a retention area be placed in.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Jesse and Justin, but I have seen some of the plans that are going to go to the Plan Commission this month, and I think some of these concerns would be valid at that meeting. That's really where they're going over the site plan and the conditional use permit that would be needed to go over the storage units. But I also think they'll get a lot more information. They do have a stormwater management plan that was required by the village. So that was one of the many requirements that their engineer worked with us on, and that will all be presented at that
So
plan.
and whatever, I mean, that's just going to be part of the, well, I mean, that'll just be part of the whole, you know, the whole discussion.
Yeah, the Plan Commission meeting will review the site plan front to back, and also they need the conditional use permit, because technically storage units are only allowed in SC2 with a conditional use.
Sure.
So rezoning would allow them to apply for the conditional use and get approval of that site plan. And that will all be discussed at June's commission meeting. That's the tentative plan.
So, yeah, I mean, for my wife and I, we don't have an issue with rezoning.
Yeah.
What's your address? I just kind of want to look into it.
1419 Second Street. Right, next to the.
Okay, yours are right on the parking lot of it.
Right, where that big hole is in Alton Street, where people can fall into. Which I've talked about.
Maybe
Scott's gonna go take a look tomorrow.
maybe more than
Oh,
that.
Okay.
No one else from the front to speak during the public hearing, then we need a motion to close it. Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
Motion to close.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We need a motion on this.
I move to pass Second Street and 14th Avenue rezonings.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, now we need a, okay, item B, public hearing and consideration of ordinance 25-05, rezoning 26 Fifth Avenue. So we need a motion to go into the.
I move to,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I move to open the public hearing.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
All right, so this rezoning is really somewhat of a formality. It's for the new library property. It's taking the existing town hall and that strip of land from the Swiss Church and combining them into the same zoning use. Right now, one is residential and one is commercial. The town hall is commercial and the strip of land with the Swiss Church is residential. So this would be combining them all to commercial.
Motion to approve ordinance 2505.
We have to, public hearing,
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
I forgot that part.
Does anybody on the public want to speak on that issue?
Jen, did you have something?
No.
Okay, sure.
I move to close the public hearing.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Now, Jeff.
Motion to approve ordinance 2505, rezoning 26 Fifth Avenue.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item C, consideration discussion 2026 budget timeline.
Yeah, so this is something that you hopefully are used to seeing every year. This is the proposed budget timeline for 2026. No major changes from last year. Everything pretty much aligned with what we're used to. You'll notice that we plan on having our budget workshop in October at the board meetings, with the public hearing at the first meeting in October, and the final adoption at the last November meeting. Yeah, it is October.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. Thank you, Roger. But first, the public hearing will be November 7th. But right now, I am working on compiling department budgets, and I will get those out to department heads by June 20th.
Budget time really your favorite time?
No, it's a necessary time, Lucy.
Yes, Jack.
So hopefully we have a village administrator by the July date, right? And not necessarily need one by the June date, correct?
Yeah, the June date is typically historically something I've handled anyway.
Right.
And then the July date is just the deadline that department heads have to get their proposed budgets back to me. August is really when, the administrator and I would typically sit down with department heads. And if we have a new person, great, and if we don't, I'm comfortable taking that on.
Okay,
Just need an approval.
so we need a motion. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item B, consideration of such use of PD existing funds for optic site.
Yeah, so Chief Sturtevant, reached out and asked if he could use PD sinking funds to purchase object sites for department issued pistols. The sites offer substantial benefits in terms of officer safety, performance, and readiness. Red dot sites significantly improve target acquisition speed and accuracy, particularly in high stress or low light situations. Obviously, Chief is here and can answer questions on these. I think from a financial point of view, Chief has right around $18,000 in that account. That is earmarked for the police department, and staff included those folks in the packet.
I do have an update too. I got another call for somebody, so this one's actually cheaper.
Third.
And I do want to make it clear to the board, we don't need, this is not a bid, it's not over the threshold to be, lowest bid, et cetera. The board doesn't need to motion on who they approve to purchase the quote from. You can definitely give Chief direction. What we're really looking for tonight is an approval to use sinking funds to purchase the site. And if you're comfortable, you can leave where to purchase it from up to Chief.
Does anybody have any questions on this?
Jeff, on the purchase, do you have a preference of either one, or do you prefer the one that's expensive?
With the new one I got that's cheaper, I'd rather go with that one. It's the exact same, equipment, and it's more local. It's, firearms out of Monroe, so we're staying local in the county. They're giving us a really good deal, because usually Kiesler's is our supply rep, and they're like more like the state bidding and stuff, so CT's is doing pretty good. The other thing I wanted to point out, the quick rush on this too, was the county, Sheriff's Department just got approved for all new department issued firearms, and they got approved optics. So I just sent an officer to a 2-week course, and it included training. So we're going to be doing, if we can get these joint training that we already do with the county, and they're going to be going to them. And sometime in July, we're trying to set up the training, and it's a 8-hour training. So it would be a good time to do it.
Well, we have the money, and, sounds like a opportunity to, polish our skills.
I have one in my truck if you want to see it.
I have one question. Yeah. There's 9 optic scopes and 6 holsters.
Yeah, the only thing I might do, if the board would let me, is I might add an extra holster just to have a spare. That way if one gets damaged or anything like that, or an officer gets in a fight with somebody and gets broke or something, we've got like a spare. I mean, since we're getting such a good deal.
What are the extra 3 optic scopes for?
Some of the officers, the newer officers, they bought holsters already, and they're able to switch transition to the optics already. Where some of us old timers, ours aren't. So, and they use like their holding off. So they were all fine because their stuff's new. They're like, we don't need a holster. They'll just be glad to get the optic. So they already have the holster.
3 of the officers already have a holster.
So the holsters that they bought were cut out already for optics.
Yeah.
So now that they're getting the optics for their pistols, they don't need to change their holster.
So how many pistols are there?
9.
9? Okay, that's what I.
There's 9 total.
And how many need training?
Everybody that has a department issued gun will, so all the full timers get a department, and then I'm responsible for Officer Kazmarsky and Officer Banger, for their training and everything, because we're the primary agency and they're part timers, so they're issued guns. But the other couple of the other part timers do their full time jobs, they already have them. I mean, it's the growing trend. I mean, everybody in Dane County has gone to them. It's just kind of getting caught up. Plus, when Officer Crone went to the training, he was totally in favor of it after he went, because of how more accurate it was. He's got the training, and it's kind of in a way everybody wants them. I took a poll, everybody at the department wants them, and it's kind of like, I need to incentivize, and this is a good way to incentivize.
Well, I would think that if somebody got a red dot on them, they would be,
It doesn't project on them, Larry.
Oh, it doesn't?
It just puts the dot so you can see it, so you're not focusing on that front iron sight. You can look at it with both eyes open, and the dot, it's just like a screen.
oh,
Instead of having to line up a front sight and a rear sight,
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
it's just a red dot. Wherever the red dot is where you're gonna shoot. It's
Oh, wow.
faster, easier,
Yeah.
and they're co-witness, so.
I was picturing what they show in movies and they had the red dot. What?
These will actually be pretty.
Well, the red dot is a deterrent. You're telling, and
We do have those on our rifles, they're on the flash.
thanks for the clarification.
Motion to approve the use of PD tinging funds for optic sites.
Okay. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion
I
carried.
do have one quick question.
Sure.
Am I good to just add an extra holster?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's from your sinking fund. It'll sink a little more.
Okay,
A little
item
less.
consideration discussing village board appointment.
Yeah, so, as we all know, J.D. Craig stepped down from her appointment on the village board. Her term ends in April of 2026. We had 4 letters submitted by the deadline, which is great. They're all included in your packet. Chuck Phillipson, Gregory Long, Sarah Claus, and Justin Duran all submitted letters. And I believe 3 of the 4 are here, Chuck, Gregory, and Justin. So if the board wants to ask any questions of anybody, you're more than welcome to do so. I also do want to note something else. This was discovered on the League of Municipalities website and kind of changes the way we've done this in the past to adhere with the rules. The open meeting law prohibits governmental bodies from using secret ballots to determine any election or other decision of the body unless such use is specifically authorized by statute. This would not be, meaning that whoever is selected for this village board appointment would be selected by making a motion in a second with, we can do roll call or voice, whatever President Trutman.
Can we go into closed session?
No.
Talk about, no? Okay.
Nope.
All right. I think we're certainly lucky to have 4 qualified people apply. I'm amazed.
Which would have been the last time.
Well,
Yeah.
It's really fun.
it's quality, not quantity.
So we have to.
I do have one question.
Correct. And you, like I said, there's 3 of the 4 here. If you have questions of them or you want to hear anything, you certainly can ask.
I do. Is Justin here? Would you give, there's no, you give no background to your education or job? And I love that you have 2 kids. But could you just give a little?
College educated, UW Whitewater, had a dual major in economics and chemistry. I currently work for Middleport Sigma. We make pharmaceuticals, primarily oncology drugs. I've been there for 15 years. I work a weekend shift, so I can be home with my kids during the summer. I'm a supervisor there. I have a team of 7 across 2 sites in 2 different time slots.
And where's that located?
I have 2 sites in Verona and in Madison.
Do you have to work at a site then, or can you work from home at times?
I'm able to work from home. I choose not to for the most part. Being a people leader, I don't think that it's appropriate for me to be apart from them. I'm much more effective on site. But my work hours, because of the team that I supervise, my work hours are very unorthodox. I work generally 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I'm available almost exclusively during the week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Correct, yeah.
I would say I know three of them pretty well, and I'm well aware of Mr. Phillipson's, long time dedicated service to the community. But I would like to motion to approve Sarah Claus as the board member.
I would second. And
She had one trip to Las Vegas, it was pretty fast.
I would just provide discussion. I'm glad, Chuck is a good member of the board, and I was hoping he would run this last time, but he chose not to. But he's on the planning commission. And Gregory is, his involvement in the community is unbelievable. Secretary Yoruba Manafort started that outfit that
Yeah.
unbelievable. And so he's really involved. He's really involved in the community. But I see this as a chance to get Sarah, who she's current Senior Development Program Manager of the Wisconsin Foundation and Alumni Association. And she's involved in a lot of fundraising, stewardship, projects. And she really, I think, would be a new person to the community who is not involved in the community, other than if she was on the village board. So I think this is a chance. We have three good people currently involved in the community. I would like to add Sarah to that list by involving her in the community. And I hope all three or all four run again. So that's why I seconded.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Item 8, on the library. Library project update.
All right, update, bid opening was yesterday. We had enough bids, for the earthwork, demolition, and utilities. So you guys will be getting a recommendation next week. So, I think he's pretty well set with that recommendation, but we'll officially get it then. Today, the easement for the new water main rerouting from Swiss Church was approved, so we're all set on that. And fire department is training in the town hall right now.
And we should have a heads up, which I got at the meeting, that the village, our board will have to approve 20 to 30 subcontractors agreements.
I have an update on that today. I talked to Dylan, who talked to Ben at MSA, and I think they're gonna try to consolidate some of those packages so that we don't have so many.
But we have to approve.
Right, and then it's due to the grants, right, yeah.
Well, I mean, we have to do 30.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. And they will, if they do have many bid packages, they'll try to group them together, so you're approving, let's say there were 20 to 30, you'd approve 8 to 10 maybe at a meeting, so it's not like you're gonna have 30 separate meetings. And we're gonna try to adhere to the current board schedule, and if we have to have special meetings, we will, but they should be quick, we're gonna keep them in mind.
Okay. Anything else from the board? Probably not gonna be no public works next week, and no,
Well, Public Works, are Becca and John, are you able to make a Public Works and Safety meeting this Wednesday? Peggy is not. That's seven.
and, parks.
No park meeting, no parks, but there will be a Public Works and Safety before my court.
Jeff, are you interested in sharing parks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Anybody else got anything? Not,
Just a reminder that there's a special board meeting next Tuesday at 5:15 here.
okay, we are adjourned.
Next Tuesday.